yelling at your kids, I promise. It's been going all week long. We want to welcome you all here tonight, and we're going to, before we get started, like Mr. Garner to give a little bit about a roadshow. I think most of you have either been involved in one or seen several, but they only last 12 to 15 minutes. If we're being judged, which the state has elected not to do this year, they want the kids to have the experience of just enjoying the roadshow, enjoying putting it on, and having each one be very best and not feel that we are competing with each one. But if we were being judged, it could not be shorter than 12 minutes, nor could it be longer than 15 minutes. And therefore, you have a very short skit. The activities committee has asked others to participate in this evening, so we will have just a few minutes of entertainment. We're going to have a group called the Butettes, and 4 of our local ladies will be singing for us immediately following Sister Janet do this as they're finished. Then we'll have a couple of minutes and we'll go into our roadshow. So if you have
because your feet don't touch the floor. And they dangle and they look funny. Yes, she did. She really did. Mrs. Brent, but she was only fooling. And that little narrow chair will just fit you, Mrs. Bilford. It's tall and skinny. Mother won't be long. I told her I didn't see any reason for her to dress up and fix her hair just because you ladies were coming. But she said if she didn't, you'd all talk about her when you left. I don't know why you would, because there's not a lady in this town that's better dressed than you are. How do you know? How do I know? Mother said so. That's how I know. Why, my mother said, she said that you ought to, but she said she was best dressed in the, anyhow, but you ought to see her when she's not dressed, when she's right here in the house. by herself. Oh, she's a sight. Honest, she is. And Dad said to her that he's sure glad he never seen her before he married her like that, and he'd never married her. But don't you tell her I told you that. She'd be awful mad at me if you did. I'm awful glad you came this afternoon because I was hungry and I wanted wanted to make some tea and have some of that cake. She only does this when the company comes. She wants you to think she's stylish and does it all the time, every afternoon, but she doesn't, just when company comes. Do you like tea, Mrs. Harper? You do? So do I. We have such good tea. Dad buys it back there in New York. When he comes from New York, he brings it back with him. And he says it's important, but Mother says that it really isn't. That he just says that. So he'll think the tea's better than any of the other ladies had in town. She said that she had some tea at a bridge party the other day that almost poisoned her. What? That was at your house, Mrs. Brett? Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, don't you tell Mother I said that. Oh, she'll get mad at me. Oh, Mrs. Bittner, I heard the funniest thing about your husband. You know John Higgins that moved in down the street, on Elm Street there? Well, he saw your husband with his arm around that new girl that moved into Johnny's home. Yes, they were too. Johnny just said his prayers, and he looked out of the window and he saw them on the front porch. And he was hugging her. Honest he was. Ain't that funny? What? You don't think so? I do. But don't you ever tell Johnny I told you. Really? Thanks. What's that, Mrs. Harper? Yes, we have a new car. But it isn't paid for yet. I heard Daddy tell Mother the other day that if we didn't pay for it, if he didn't make installments, he's going to take it away from him. I hope they don't, because it's a nicer car than that other one we had. And that was second time, too. Have you still got your Buick, Mrs. Harper? You have? Well, when are you going to get a new one? Why, because I heard Dad say the other day that it was a test of friendship to ride that old crate with you. And your husband, he told Dad that he was afraid the bottom would fall out, leave you all on the road sometime. And he wanted to get a new one, but you were just too stingy. Honest, he did say that. Don't you ever tell that, I told you, because he'd sure be mad. What did you say, Mrs. Brent? Yes, I still go to school. Your Elmer is in my class. And is he dumb? The teacher said to him the other day, Elmer, don't you study when you go home? And he says to her, I don't have the time. Mom makes me do everything. I do all the work. I do the dishes and everything. And when I told Mother about it, she said, I always thought Mrs. Brent had a maid. And then Dad says, of course not. How can they afford a maid? They owe everybody in town. He did. Honest, he did. Don't you ever let him when I told you. And oh, Mrs. Bickford, I saw your Martha going to the dance the other night. She had on the most beautiful dress I ever seen. And I just loved it. I wanted one just like it. And I told Mother that I thought it was brand new. And I told Mother I wanted one just like it. Mother said that it was made from your graduation dress. That she remembers the satin that was in it was the same satin that was on your mother's wedding dress, too. In fact, she said that she didn't see how that satin held together that long. And that had been made over so many times. But she also said she didn't doubt that what that would hold up until Martha had a child girl. My dad, he just died laughing at that. Don't you think that was funny, Mrs. Bickford? Oh, I forgot to tell you something. Mother's going to have a party on her birthday, and of course you're all invited. What? Oh, how old is she? Well, she says she's 40, but she's older than that. I know she is, because I was in the house. And I know how old you ladies are. How do I know? Well, I heard Mother tell Dad, you're 46, Mrs. Harper, and you're 50, Mrs. Correct? And you're older than your husband. Because Mother says so. She remembers when you were in high school and your husband was courting you and that you were 19 and he was 7. I wouldn't marry a few younger than me. And when I get married, I want a good-looking man like that new clerk over in Texas. That one was a patent leather hair. And I heard Mother say that the woman in town just went in there to buy things just so they could talk to him. And that you, Mrs. Harper, had bought more stuff in that store than you've ever bought in your life. And he is good looking, all right. If I was only a little older, I'd like him too, but Mother says that I had plenty of time to look at the boys, and that if she had to do it over again, she would never have married Dad. Oh, they fussed horrible. I heard Mother say to him, I'd divorce you in a minute if it wasn't for the way those old hens in this town talk. I wouldn't give them the satisfaction of knowing that I had married Lena. What did you say, Miss Mary? Yes, honest she did. Mother had to fire our maid because she caught Dad making eyes at her. That's why we haven't got a maid now. Dad says he didn't do it, but Mother says he did. But I don't believe it. Mother just wants to boss him around, and does she ever boss him? What? You didn't start leaking? Mother will be down in a minute. You can't wait. Why can't you? She'll be awful disappointed after going to all the trouble to dress up and prep just for all of you. Yes, she only does it when you guys came, the three of you. She doesn't bother about anyone else because she says you're the only one that ever criticized you. Oh, I'm sorry you have to go. I tried my best to entertain you. And I do wish you'd stay. Because now we won't have her cake and her tea. I don't care so much about the cake. It's stale anyhow. Oh, well, goodbye. We'll come again soon. I had lots more to tell you. If you'd only stay a little longer. Well, goodbye then. Mother, they're gone. Yes, they have. They were awful mad when they left, and I don't know why. I heard Mrs. Harper say she'd never come here again as long as she lived. I don't know why. Honest, I don't. What did I say? I didn't say anything. Not a word. Didn't know my mouth all the time they were here.
Woman, come here. Look at this book I found. One of these Woodruff Az left you here.
Albert, you know I ain't got time. I got to slop the hogs, milk the cows. Hey, that book tell you how. The beauty explodes in 83. That's old Indian prophecy.
No, Ma, can't say it does.
Well, I'll show you. Right quick and cute. Now move that chair. Get off your view.
Me give you Indian prophecy. Hill blows in 4th moon 83. Stop this, I give you one chance. You must learn magic Indian dance. Put your right foot in, put your right foot out, put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Put your left foot in, you put your left foot out. Put your left foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's all it's all about. Dance here today. You paid for this. You wait and see. Hill blows in 4th moon 83.
Who cares about 1983? Come on and dance with me. Oh, man.
I didn't see nothing like that in my book.
Elmer, shooting off Rabbit Street in my garden. Here! Get there! Why don't you shoot? Did it take a volcano to get you off your butte?
Hey, here's a story about a guy with rigor mortis. It seems the poor fellow died about 50 miles from here and wanted to be buried in Woodruff where he lived. So they hauled him over in a car. The problem was, he was too tall, the car was too narrow for them to lay him in the back seat. So they had to set him up. Middle of the night, the awfulest wind blew in one door and out the other. It put out the lights and slammed the doors. Just then, the rocks rolled off the body. The body raised up, made a moaning sound as it exhaled air and dropped in its lungs. Air filled the place half as dead. That wasn't the way the book said it, Ma.
You know, Elmer, it's easier to clear the stage, have the gals all across the floor, make the wind howl, and beg a door.
Hey, listen to this, Ma. 12 dams were built and washed out in Woodruff. Now the 13th dam was in danger. They were so afraid it would go through that everyone evacuated to the hillside south of town.
How high's the water, Mama? 10 feet Solidarity started to crumble and fall. 30 feet high and rising. No more water rising.
Daddy, why did the dam have to break too?
Well, honey, I guess we just weren't worked down.
Here's one about being kind to animals. Perhaps you should take a lesson from it about that poor rabbit you've been out to death. You see, early Woodruffians had to drive their cows to the hills every day for feed, and then go get them in the evening. It could be a very irksome process when the cow didn't cooperate. Bishop Savage counseled Woodruffians to treat their animals kindly, even suggested going as far as to sing to them. Bishop Savage was a good man and truly believed this was the way to treat animals. Till such time as this cow became quite the contrary. It was milking time.
Calm down, if I count out, you're all right. You asked for it. You got it, Ma.
Darlene Fraley, Malcolm Potts for helping us with this and putting it on. We'd like to give a big applause to them too. Bill, Darlene both come up here and we'll give it to you.
Oh, how pretty. Thank you. We really enjoyed it. We got a lot of help from the Young Women Presidency. And Brother Heward was here, and we've had a lot of support helping the activity committee. We really appreciate all the help we've had, and we've really enjoyed working with all your kids. Thank you.
Don? Hey, Don?
Look right in there. Shannon, look. What's that?
I was in the bedroom fixing my hair.
Then the third part will begin with, did you know the truth?
Hello, Gert. Oh, Gert, you know. Really?
Did you know? Is it true? Well, of course, but I'd be lying to you. Did you know? Is it true? Well, of course, but I'd be lying to you. Did you know? Is it true? Well, of course, but I'd be lying to you.
Gert, do you know that a Boy Scout camp? Scout camp, right on.
We drove dark here for a moment, fantastic. On hills were never heard. I walk these sides every day. I shall be lifeguard, so the water must be lifeguard. We never got hungry.
Did you know? Is it true? Of course, but I'd be lying to you. Did you know? Is it true? Of course, but I'd be lying to you. Did you know? Is it true? Of course, but I'd be lying to you.
Oh, Mert, did you know that Girl Scout?
The Red Girl Scout.
We loved it when it rained and we got muddy.
And except we got sore when we hiked.
Our meals were never burned. Why, we didn't even miss home cooking. And we never talked about boys. And I love Buzz.
Is it true? Well, of course, but I'd be lying to you. Did you know? Is it true? Well, of course, but I'd be lying to you. Did you know? Is it true? Of course, but I'd be lying to you.
Do you know that an award service project?
Service projects, sure, we love them. My service project, Mom served me breakfast bed for a week.
Service projects? Way to go! My service project, my dad built a car with gas and handed me the keys.
For our class service project, we raked our neighbor's lawn.
And Mom shoveled out my room.
Of course, but I'd be lying to you. Did you know? Is it true? Well, of course, but I'd be lying to you. Did you know? Is it true? Well, of course, but I'd be lying to you.
Oh, Mert, did you know at the dance?
Hooray for church dancing.
Of course, Roger complained that the music was too loud.
Don't say, please, please. Lights up right.
Seven, General. Here are some heavily helpers now. You need a little help. Can you handle this little assignment? Just a little push and pull. Perhaps you can give me your confidence. And you accomplish your goal.
Boy, this is great. Oh, gee, this is right.
You know, if you desire to know something, read about it, it helps.